Yes, people, what is going on? I hope you are good. Today's video is more of a reactionary one. It's the news, as you can tell by the title, that Christian Pulisic is out of the Liverpool game. Frank Lampard did a press conference and updated us a little bit on the injury front and where everyone is. There's some obvious ones that were out. Thiago Silva, we knew wasn't going to be ready. Chilwell's out, of course. Ziyech's out as well, or Ziyech is out, sorry, I should say. But the main loss is that Pulisic is out. What does it mean for Chelsea? What does it mean how we're going to line up? How we're going to play? Because look, we can all accept that although we got 3 points against Brighton, it was far from the perfect performance, and we need to do a hell of a lot more. Does it potentially mean that we are going to see a different style to Chelsea's play, or we're going to see a different formation? I'm not too sure. But definitely there was large chunks of time for Chelsea that really were not good in that Brighton game. Of course, we come away with 3 points, which is still the most important thing. But it's not the ideal situation. It's far from perfect. That's the bottom line of it. It is far from perfect. Mason Mount, is he going to end up playing left wing again? Are we going to get Kai Havertz playing on the right-hand side rather than in a number 10 role? Are we going to see Callum Hudson-Odoi? I don't know. It's going to be really, really interesting. But I know, and maybe this sounds like a bit of an agenda against him. It's not. But I didn't think Ruben Loftus-Cheek did enough, especially in the game against Brighton, but also when he started against Villa. First game back after lockdown before. A lot of time out, a lot of time to get ready, and people were really hyping him up. And I just didn't see what I wanted to from Loftus-Cheek. For me, personal point of view, please do let me know in the comments below if you agree with this or not. I don't think Loftus-Cheek is going to be that good for Chelsea going forward. And I can't see him being in the team for an extended period of time, shall we say. So for me, I wouldn't start him. I have to say the game got a hell of a lot better, I thought, when Barkley came on. I thought he played very, very well. Of course, he had a great game against Liverpool, although people go, it was their reserves in the FA Cup, where he scored the absolute, not screamer, but a great individual goal. I think he's probably the perfect person to put in. But at the same time, we're talking about Mason Mount, Kai Havertz, all the people that could play as a number 10 role. It means that we wouldn't have any actual recognised wingers on the pitch, which leads me on to Callum Hudson-Odoi. Is Callum Hudson-Odoi ready, do we think, to take on Liverpool? Is he going to make the most of Robertson or of Trent Alexander-Arnold, depending on which side he plays? I think he'll probably play on the right-hand side and take on Robertson. Is he going to do it? I don't necessarily know, I must be honest. Which then part of me thinks that I would then kind of allude to playing Kai Havertz as a number, rather as a number 10, but actually as a wide man. Same way we did against Brighton, but it just has to be a different focal point in the middle of the pitch. One other positive as well is that, of course, Kovacic is back. He is fit, ready to go. But, of course, he was obviously out for the last game for a suspension rather than actually an injury. But, again, it feels like we're kind of getting someone back from an injury, if that makes sense. So it's an absolutely big addition. It's absolutely a huge addition there in the centre of the park, which means that Chelsea are going to have a little bit more pace, are going to have a little bit more speed in the attack, because let's be honest with ourselves, when Jorginho's there, again, it's good and we can keep the ball for days and days and days, but actually driving up the pitch, where Chelsea do the majority of our better work is when we are attacking, we are more likely to get forward through Kovacic than we are Jorginho. Again, people will think I have an agenda against Jorginho. I just don't think that his style of football works in the Premier League if you're trying to win the league and beat the best sides that there are. So for me, it's a very, very hard decision to have to make. But I think I'd be very tempted to see Chelsea go for a 4-3-3, proper 4-3-3, not a 4-2-3-1, a proper 4-3-3, and play Kovacic, Kante, Barkley as midfield three, and then have Mount, Havertz, and Timo Werner, who is fit, he is ready to go, up front as that front three. The back four, I think I'd probably keep it the same again. I know Alonso has got his problems with his pace, and there is potential that he could get ripped to shit, but I think if you're going to try and drive the ball up the pitch, Alonso can very easily pass the ball into certain areas, and if he gets told to stay back and be very regimented, then it could see somewhat of success for us. We've still got the width going through Reece James, and everyone's going to be shit scared of him, of course, after the absolute wonder strike against Brighton. It could be enough to potentially leave Alonso in. There's a lot of people saying, oh, play Dave left back, play Emerson. I'm not a lover of Cesar Azpilicueta playing left back, I must be honest. I understand why we do it, but I'm not a fan of it. So it's going to be a bit of a strange one to see who we play. I still think we'll play Alonso. I think if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And let's be honest, apart from a unfortunate error through Kepa, and it was still a decent strike. People are acting as if it's not. It is a decent strike. That was how they got their goal. But other than that, we kept a clean sheet. And although it's not perfect, it's still a start. It's still progress to where we were last year when we stupidly dropped points to them. So I think we'll keep Alonso in. I think we'll stay with the same back two. Same two centre backs. Reece James will play right back for sure, and Kepa is likely to play in goal. Only because Mendy has not yet signed and is not going to be ready for Sunday, unfortunately. But the midfield is where a lot of it's going to come from. Are we going to play Kante, Kovacic and Barkley together? Are we going to play a 4-2-3-1? Are we going to play a 4-3-3, which I would prefer? Again, personnel-wise, but they're going to have to do similar jobs regardless. But do I see Barkley being able to drive the ball up the pitch along with the likes of Kante and Kovacic as well? Yeah, I do. I don't see Jorginho doing that. I think a lot of Chelsea fans have come to the conclusion that he's not going to be in the team. But again, there's still definitely potential for it. I think, again, my situation, I would play a 4-3-3 with Kante, Kovacic and Barkley, and obviously the same back four and goalkeeper, and then have Mount, Werner and Havertz as your front three. That's for me how we should line up. I don't know if that's necessarily the best, but that's how I think we should line up, and I think it's very easy to change if needs be as well. If we are getting massively done at left back, you can bring on Emerson or even Azpilicueta and try and shore it up defensively. I don't know, but I think one of the main key points in this is that Liverpool are going to press really, really high. And as much as I love these people that are able to play the ball around left, right and centre, especially after what Brighton did to us, they did press us in certain areas and we were sticking about really inside our own final third. Liverpool are going to try and make the most of that. And I just want to see people break down lines, and I think that pace in midfield is absolutely vital. So for me, it needs to be those three in midfield, the front three of Werner, Havertz and Mason Mount as well, which I know a lot of people criticise. If Mason Mount drops out for Callum Hudson-Odoi, I can understand why. I would be all fine with it. But I think there is a reason that Lamps may not have started him in the first game, bearing in mind he was our only recognised actual winger. I think I would not be surprised to see Mason Mount start again. And of course, Mason Mount is, Lampard and probably mine, favourite player. He is the future for me, so whatever. So, experience big games for him. I think he'll probably be able to do that. But yeah, this is kind of me just my thoughts and feelings, what's going on. Of course, the main news that Pulisic is going to be out. The game comes too soon for him. Same way with Thiago Silva. Same way with Ziyech, who's going to be out for another few weeks yet anyway. And also as well, Chilwell not going to be involved. When they are all back, oh my God, what a team we're going to have. But we just need to kind of guide ourselves through this next couple of games. And we've, of course, got the League Cup game against Barnsley. And, of course, my reaction for the draw after that, where we potentially play Tottenham, is it's Tottenham. You've got to pull your finger out your ass. There's a couple of big games coming up for us. Plus, also, we've got to worry about who we're going to get in the Champions League as well. There's a lot of potentials coming up for us. So a lot of things to look forward to. But the fact that we haven't necessarily got our big name players at the moment isn't too much of a worry for me, because we can drive it forward. We can go and get results. And this team, at the moment, do I think is good enough to beat Liverpool? No, but I didn't think that Leeds were good enough to give Liverpool a game. So as long as we can keep ourselves in it, I do think there is a definite chance we can take something from the game. And I even do think we can win it. I don't think it's likely that we win it, but I do think it is possible. You've got to stay positive. So it's definitely going to be an interesting one. And I really am looking forward to what Frank Lampard is going to do and what system he plays. Technical errors, what can you do? Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. If you are new around here, do make sure you like, share and subscribe. Of course, the unfortunate news that Pulisic will be out of the game against Liverpool, as well as some other setbacks in the Chelsea team. It's unfortunate, but we've got to deal with it. We've got to play the best way that we can. And again, as I said, there is definitely points to be taken from this game if we play the right way. I'm really interested to see what Frank does. Anyway, guys, take care. Stay safe. Make sure you check out that live stream on Sunday. I'll see you back here for loads more Chelsea content. Come on, you Blue Boys!